But yeah, hopefully the rain won't affect us too much over the next coming 2 days. Looks like it's going to be cracking racing in the Curragh. And yeah, we're going to kick off there. So we're going to kick off at the first race on Saturday tomorrow, which is an absolutely red hot maiden over 7 furlongs for 2 year olds. 13 line up here, and each one of these are bred in the purple. Um, Warm favourite, London City. I thought it was going to be warm favourite, all right. Son of Justify, out of course, that double classic winning mare. She won two 1,000 guineas winter. Um, Four-time Group 1 winner, I think. But yeah, this London City is absolutely bred in the purple. Ryan Moore coming over to take the ride for Aidan O'Brien. 7 to 4, 15 to 8. Probably get 2 to 1. Might drift if money comes for anything else in the race. There is a few quid knocking around for Dermot Wells' settlement. A filly by Kingman, bred impeccably, of course, in the colours of Judmount, and it runs in the first colours. But I think London City here, going by its breeding, it's going to take the beating. And of course, if it goes out in price even further, I think it would be definitely a bit of value, London City. I thought it was going to open a bit shorter with the way she was bred. And of course, I'd say if there was one or two less in the race, it probably would be a lot shorter. But going by each one of these, I'm going to go with London City. The one I would give in each way, Squeakta is Chantilly. Um, a colt by Galileo out of Bridal Dance, who's by Dane Hill Dancer. Dane Hill Dancers love a bit of soft ground. So yeah, that might play into the hands for Shamie Heffern. Aidan O'Brien runs in the Mrs. Magner colours. So Chantilly for me each way in the first. But they're all going to have to get by London City. I think it's absolutely bred in the purple out of winter. Then we're going to kick on to the second race on the card. It is a 6 furlong 3 year old plus maiden, 16 runners lined up here. Bit of a head scratcher, this one. A lot of them, there's a good share of these have ran. I think there's only two or three that haven't. I'm looking at here now. Um, Five of these haven't ran, but the rest all have had a run. Some of them have had a lot of runs and are relatively exposed. Might be the yardsticks, but I'm going to take a one here at a massive price. Eddie Lynham and Billy Lee combine here. They used to combine together with great success a few years ago, and the old guard might be getting back together. A 3 year old son of Dandy Man, and we know how Eddie Lynham is very much he doesn't run one without a chance. I put it that way to you, and he's running at a 30% strike rate in the last 2 weeks. He's had three winners from 10 runners, so he runs them with a chance. He's booked Billy Lee, and yeah, at 25 to 1, I'm willing to take a chance because it's not going to take a whole pile for one of these newcomers. I think to beat any of these. I think Apple a Day for Henry the Bromhead could be the one they all have to beat, but for me, I'm going to take a chance here with Kiki, if I'm pronouncing that right, each way in the second. Then we're going to kick on to the third race on the card. It is a mile 4. Is handicap for 3 year olds plus. We've got 9 runners declared here, and I really like one here. Sugary for Joseph O'Brien, Declan McDonough got off the mark on his last start in Leopardstown. Yeah, Tom was very impressed that day. Stepped up through two runs there. Had a quiet run first time out, but stepped up to finish third in a Leopardstown maiden. Them Leopardstown maidens take a bit of whacking, and then broke his duct on the third time of asking by 3 lengths. Very impressive that day. I was actually in Leopardstown that day. So for me, I'm going to go with Sugary for Joseph O'Brien, Declan McDonough in the third. Then we're going to go to the fourth race in the card. Is the first group race of the weekend. This is the Futurity. It's Group 2. It's for 2 year olds, and it's over 7 furlongs here. 5 runners line up here, 5 colts line up here, and it's all about Henry Longfellow here, a son of Dubawi out of mind, and of course, what a mare she was. Ryan Moore, very, very short, looks going to take the beating. The one I see might chase at home is Joseph O'Brien's Island in the Stream for Decky McDonough again. Impressive enough on debut, that winner, but look, for me, Henry Longfellow, they all have to be here. The second horse that he beat that day was the only horse in the top 3 or 4, I think, that has ran since actually won a race and was second or third in the Group 3 in France. So, yeah, Henry Longfellow, well touted on debut, done the job very well, steps up here, could be the one going forward next year for the classics. So for me, yeah, look, there's no point talking about his 4 to 11. Spanish Flame, they thought a lot of this. Joe Lyons, he was raving about him. I was in Tipperary that even where he backed up and had his second win of his from 3 starts. But I just think that Henry Longfellow could be a class above these here. Should be a class above them anyway. And then we go to the second feature race of the card. It is the Alpha Centauri Debutant Stakes. It's a Group 2. This is for the fillies. 7 furlongs again. We have 8 runners here. There's a couple of interesting runners here. Some of them actually are yet to win a race, with William McCreary's Vesperito, who was very impressive and finished in second behind Yalang Yalang the last day. I'm going to go for one here. Scatty for Gerald Lyons and Colin Keane. 4 to 1, 5 to 1 in places. Was very impressive, I thought, on his debut run. It was only he finished second that day. It was neck behind Brilliant for Aidan O'Brien, um, who had 2 runs before that. So, yeah, I thought it was going to come along a lot from the run. And I just think that I'm going to take a chance here. Gerald Lyons does not put these horses into these races without having a chance. Um, yeah, so I'm going to go for Scatty in the Debutant Stakes. Then we're going to go to a mile 2 maiden. Again, 3 year olds plus 13 runners line up here. Sweet, I was sweet on one here. I previewed all these races before the prices came out. I thought this lad might be sharp, but he opened around 6 to 4. I think he's smashed him already. Thunder Roll for Joseph O'Brien, with Decky McDonough combining here. Has had 3 runs. But his last run was really the one where we have to take over, finishing third behind Ross Carby in the Munster Oaks Group 3. So bringing that form in here, yet to win a race, in off of, what does it run off of? Hang on a second. It's still in the maiden, obviously, but we just see it runs off 9-3. Yeah, so it's down the bottom of the weights. So yeah, I think it's definitely Thunder Roll is going to take the beating here for Joseph O'Brien. Definitely gets my vote there. And then we go to the Holden Plantyre Rental Handicap over mile 2. 22 run. 22 run. Where are my notes gone now? I like one here, the massive price now. Sea Spray, it's his name, for Jessica Harrington, Shane Foley. A 3 year old. 3 year old, but if you put a line through its last run in Down Royal, it won on yielding ground before that. And quotes after the race were that they I watched the post race interviews, and they think a lot of this lad. They still thought he was well handicapped going forward. Jamie Powell rode it that day. He's a very good rider. Look out for Jamie over the weekend. I think he's going to be one of the apprentices of the year, Jamie Powell. But was very impressive that day. Was 4 and 3 1/4 length winner in Gorn on yielding ground. But ideally, its last run, you'd have to forgive it. Um, but I think coming back to the Curragh here on a big galloping track, will definitely, at 25 to 1, I'm willing to take a chance each way. Then we finish tomorrow's card with a 5 furlong handicap with 15 runners declared. Again, it's a handicap for 4 year olds plus, and it's a race where I don't have a whole pile of opinion in. Yeah, anything I kind of fancied, I found a negative towards, which I don't like, so I'm going to leave it alone. The one I would suggest that might take my interest is Siesta Beach for Michael O'Callaghan. Young Michael Hassett, or Wayne Hassett as he's known. Very good rider, this young fella. Comes from a good racing background. So he takes a valuable £7 off Siesta Beach. He's double entered on the weekend, so wherever he goes on the weekend, and I think young Wayne Hassett is declared to ride in both days. they taught a lot of this lad as a 2-year-old, and he's lost his way a bit. But I thought his last run the last day, because I actually watched him in the race the last day. I thought it was signs that he was coming back to a bit of form. Or she, should I say, um, a filly out of Oasis's Dream, or by Oasis's Dream. So yeah, it could be the one there, 9 or 10 to 1. Might be worth a little fiver each way. So that concludes tomorrow's racing at the Curragh. But we're going to kick on to um, Sunday's racing. I'm not going to preview Tremor, the jump racing. We're going to stick it to just the two Curragh meetings. But again, we're going to kick off at 2 o'clock. We've got an absolute head scratcher, a 25 runner declared, maiden over 6 furlongs. But I like one here, Cardinal Zin for Willie McCreary, Billy Lee. A very eye-catching run on debut, and finished seventh in the Leopardstown Maiden. You need a bit of luck on those big runner maidens. It was the eye catcher. Well supported the last day. In Sligo, finished second behind C Senor, a Pat McGee runner, but he got first run on him, and he was 4 1/4 lengths clear of the third. I think Cardinal Sin is going to take all the beating here. It's going to take a good one to beat him here, lads. I think this lad could be and hopefully he's a bit of a price. It's hard to know what way they're going to price him up, but I like Cardinals in the first, and I'm going to go with Willie McCready and Billy Lee to kick off winners. Then we're going to go to race 2, which is a 2-year-old handicap, IE and nursery, over 6 furlongs, 12 runners declared here. And I think Carnegie Hall for Aidan O'Brien, Shamie Heffernan is definitely going to take the beating here. Was second the last day, beaten the neck by Aseen for Donica and Pat O'Brien in a nursery. So yeah, I really like this son of No Nay Never, and I think when Aidan puts him in a nursery, it normally means they're going to win. I think anyway. So I'm going to go for Carnegie Hall in the nursery. Then we're going to kick on to the 3 o'clock. It is a 6 furlong handicap for 14 runners declared, 3-year-olds. Plus, I like Michael O'Callaghan's Red Letter Bray here. Colin Keane combining here. Yeah, ran once as a 2-year-old, then came out on heavy ground in Naas and made an absolute and won. Um, beat 14 other horses that day, and then came out and won in Naas again on soft, heavy ground, beating a stablemate actually. Um, yeah, in a handicap. So he lost his way a bit, but still he's been running okayish in his last 2 runs. But I just think they were saying after he won, I was reading it, that he was going to be better on better ground. But his 2 wins have come on soft to heavy, Red Letter Bray. So I'm willing to take a chance here. I think he might be better on this type of ground. So for me, I think he's the one they ought to be here. A 3-year-old, of course, by Newbay and Colin Keane riding out of his skin at the minute. So for me, I'm going to go with Michael O'Callaghan's runner. Then we're going to go to the 330, which is a 5 furlong 2-year-old listed race. And yeah, this is a bit of a head scratcher. There's a couple of horses there that are been running well, but didn't have let us down on other occasions. I thought Gunsberg was the one that going to step forward at the start of the season, and after his first 2 runs, I thought he was definitely one of the top 2-year-olds of the season. But um, or after his first 3 runs, should I say, because he finished fourth in debut and didn't win above and down Royal. But I thought his second run or his third run, where he finished second in the Curragh behind a horse of Aidan O'Brien's, which I can't think of his name, but that was in a Group 2 and was only beaten a length and 3/4. But its running tip was a few days later, where or she, should I say, she was favoured, but she finished sixth that day. But look, Paddy Toomey and Billy Lee, they can't do any wrong at the minute. I think Gunsberg comes back to his form, especially if he's second and third races. I think he's going to take all the beating here. Alabama is definitely one I actually tipped it in Royal Ascot and ran a cracker, and is showing a lot of promise. could be a day where it steps up and gets off the mark. But I'm going to go maybe at a price. We'll see what way to price it up. If Gunsburg opens more than fives or sixes, which it should do, I think it should be. It could be even double figures. Definitely worth an each way play in the 330. Then we're going to go to the 405. It's the feature race of day two of the Curragh meeting on Sunday, which is the Royal Whip Stakes. It's for 3 year olds plus over mile two. It is Group 3. We have 7 runners lined up here, and they're going to be very boring go for an Aidan O'Brien runner unless the fact that this um, daughter Justify backs up and comes out less than, I'd say it's only a week ago since it won above in the Curragh. Gary Carroll came in for a rare ride for Aidan O'Brien. Gary's been riding out of his skin. An absolute, uh, I wouldn't say he's underrated because everyone can see what he's what he can do on the big days. Um, Gary Carroll is one of the top riders in Ireland, and I just think that he's showcasing his skills this year. But he was very good on her a week ago, and I just think that the fact that Aidan brings her back here, I think this is a great opportunity to win a group race. So she gets the age allowance and she gets the mares or the fillies allowance. So unless she's thrown in here, and I think at whatever price she opens up, I'd be willing to take it straight away for Aidan O'Brien and Shamie Heffernan. Then we're going to go to the Ledger Trial, the giant feature of Sunday, which is the Group 3 Ledger Trial over mile 6. All eyes were going to be on Edgar Edgaroff for Roger Varian, but doesn't run now. Interesting one that stays in the race, if she does, is Dermot Wells Shamildia. Was declared in Cork this evening, but didn't run. I just think she could be the one. If she turns up here, I think she's the one they all have to beat. The rest of them, no offense, but I think just as a 3 year old filly, she's getting her weight, and I just think it's she's the one they all have to be here. So I'm not going to spend too much along the lines with that. Now, to finish the card on Sunday, we've got two handicaps. The first of those, the 505. It is for 3 year olds plus over 6 furlongs, 19 runners declared here. Um, if I can find my notes in this race, yeah, look, it's a race where it's a tough race. I'm willing to take a chance on Teddy Boy, Freddie Lynham, and young 7 pound trainer. I think it's John Ryan or James Ryan. Uh, won the last day, takes the valuable 7 off. Been there, done that. I just think in form. The one again, if it runs here and not Saturday, Siesta Beach could be the interesting one. But other than that, I think Teddy Boy, if he's 5 or 6 to 1, is definitely the price each way. I think should be in the top few placings anyway. And then to finish the card, then we've an apprentice handicap, 21 runners declared. Over a mile, 3 year olds plus, it's a headbanger, this one. Top horse, every little step has been a find in the season for Yvonne Latta. Cornerstone Walsh, definitely a 7 pound claim, going places. Rides for Donica, but this mare by footsteps in the sand, she's won her last 4 now. I think she's gone up 14 pounds. She's gone up a stone since she started winning. And yeah, I think the ceiling might be. Look, these ones when they're winning, it's very hard for them to go again on, but I just think that the weight is going to come into effect. Uh, then again, I don't really have a fancy in the race, so I'm not going to pick anything in the race. Um, yeah, but look, that's what I'm going to leave with. Yeah, no, I'm not going to pick anything in the race. I had one or two rode out, but again, they didn't really sway me in any way. So look, those that's the preview I'm going to just do. Hopefully, Gary's going to jump on me in the morning if I get a chance. If not, we will back again very, very soon. And again, hit the likes and hit the share. And talk to you again very, very soon.